Disney Dreamlight Valley continues to improve with each new update. With enhancements to storage, mobility, and decor, the devs continue to deliver exciting quality of life improvements. And personally, I've become more impressed with the game following each update. With that said, there are still some changes and features I would love to see implemented in the future, and we'll be discussing these changes in this video. It's important for me to mention that these are just my opinions and desires when it comes to changes. I believe these changes would bring more balance and value to the game. You don't have to agree with all of my positions. I'm also curious about what kind of changes and additions you would love to see. After you finish this video, please feel free to put your opinions, ideas, and suggestions in the comments below. Before we get started, I'd like to mention that I'm a small full-time content creator, so pressing the like button on this video can make a huge difference for me. If you would like to join our community and play the update live with friends, consider joining my Twitch channel. I'll put the link in the video description. Consider subscribing for more Disney Dreamlight Valley and gaming content, and with that, let's get started. Now, let's discuss one of the first and biggest changes I'd love to see in Disney Dreamlight Valley, a rework of the game's Foragers. Currently, in Disney Dreamlight Valley, Foragers are one of the most useless of the professions, especially in the late game. Foragers can only duplicate and drop additional fruits and herbs, both of which are incredibly common and spawn often. Foragers can be used to stockpile these ingredients in the early game, but after a while, there just isn't much need or demand to spend time with your foragers. Gardening, mining, digging, and even fishing companions seem far more useful, especially later in the game. Gardening allows players to generate wealth through harvesting pumpkins and other crops. Mining and digging generate valuable crafting resources. Fishing can help you secure additional rare fish such as the fugu, anglers, lobsters, walleyes, and more. The forager's ability to supply additional fruits and herbs just doesn't measure up to the other professions. The materials gained are just far too common. But what if I told you Gameloft could introduce one simple change that would make foraging just as good as the other professions? If Gameloft enabled foragers to drop wood, foraging would become just as viable in the late game as all the other professions. This is especially true when it comes to dark wood, which only spawns in one biome and is required for some of the game's best craftables. This enhancement to foraging also fits its actual definition, which is to search widely for food or provisions. Provisions being any useful items or resources you come across. In other words, wood. Of course, this definition could apply to flowers as well, which players are required to collect for regular gifts and crafting ingredients. But I would be happy enough just to see wood added to the lineup. With foragers functioning as they are currently, I feel as though I have no real use or need for them, and many players I've spoken to have echoed this sentiment. Time will tell if Gameloft decides to buff this profession, but it's certainly something I would love to see in the future. Now, let's talk about the second major change I would love to see implemented in Disney Dreamlight Valley. This change relates to both the player levels and villager levels. Currently, players max out at level 40. Personally, I was surprised at how easy it was to reach the maximum level, which only took me about 1 week when the game released for early access. Many players I've spoken to have echoed this sentiment as well, with most stating that they have reached level 40 within the first 2 to 3 weeks. I don't know about you, but I'm a bit of a fiend for progression, and ever since I hit level 40, I've missed that rewarding feeling when seeing my avatar climb to new heights. With that said, if player levels were increased, how would it work? One thing I'd love to see instead of a hard cap at level 40 would be a soft cap at level 40. If that sounds foreign to you, let me explain. A hard cap is when max levels are implemented, meaning there is no way to go past level 40, while a soft cap means you could exceed level 40, it would just take far more time and effort. So going from level 40 to level 41 would take roughly the same amount of time that it would take to go from level 1 to level 40. And the amount of experience needed to achieve each level following that would continue to increase exponentially. Currently, in Disney Dreamlight Valley, leveling our avatar only benefits our overall energy level. A max level or level 40 character is capable of storing 5,000 energy in total. The blue energy bar holds up to 2,000 energy, while the gold energy bar holds up to 3,000. It's possible the devs put a hard cap in place because they don't want us to store absurd amounts of energy, and I totally get that. But what if beyond level 40, we receive some kind of small buff of our choice, like a 1% chance at extra minerals when mining, or 1% more star coins on every item sold? These small buffs wouldn't really break the game mechanics. Not to mention, being able to choose between these buffs would allow players to customize their avatar's traits to suit their playstyle. This could spark loads of discussion and ideas centered around certain builds, playstyles, and metas. This same concept could also be applied to villagers in some way. Villagers could have a soft cap after level 10, and some small benefit or attribute could be granted with each new level. Either way, I just would love to see my avatar grow again, and I would also love to see my friendship levels continue to increase with my favorite villagers. Now, I've saved one of the best changes for last, and I sincerely hope and pray we see this change. And that is an expansion to the dreaded item limit. Now, not every player struggles with the item limit. If you're new to the game or a player with a minimalistic build style, you may not have even heard of the item limit. Though, for many players, the item limit is something they're always dreading. Disney Dreamlight Valley is an amazing game with no shortage of room outdoors for us to utilize when customizing our valleys. That said, with 8 large biomes and thousands of decor options, it's rather disappointing that we can only place 3,000 items. Because of this, it's difficult to enjoy using many of the game's smaller items outdoors, and certain build styles are incredibly limited. What's odd is that the item limit does not apply to fencing, and players can use as much as they want, regardless of platform. This shows that the game can support and render a heavier amount of items. That said, I believe I understand why the devs currently have this limitation in place. The cloud save mechanic is wonderful, but the more we customize, the more difficult it may be for this feature to work as intended. Further, Dreamlight Valley is incredibly popular on Nintendo Switch, which is currently the most limited of all the available platforms. Developing a game that can function properly on Switch, Xbox, PlayStation, Mac, and PC is no small feat, and the limitations holding back one platform can potentially hold back all platforms. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I'm knowledgeable on game development and design, but I'm sure it's not easy. I just sincerely hope we do eventually see a change or increase to the item limit, as it greatly restricts players and their creativity. And there you have it. These are the 3 changes I would love to see most in Disney Dreamlight Valley. That said, there is one more little bonus change I would love to see. But before we get into that, I would like to specify something. In my opinion, the devs have done an outstanding job with Disney Dreamlight Valley, and I'm more than satisfied with the game. With almost 900 hours of gameplay, I've certainly gotten more than my money's worth. To everyone at Gameloft, thank you for all of your hard work. These changes are not meant to come off as highly critical. In fact, the team at Gameloft has exceeded my expectations by creating one of the most beautiful life sims I have ever seen. And these are just some fun ideas for the future, and I hope you all enjoy them. Now, as an added bonus, the 4th little change I'd love to see one day is the ability to either deactivate or choose a location for flowers and herbs to spawn. That small amount of extra control would be such a great addition. It's hard for me to enjoy open areas within some of my biomes because of the chaotic mess that I log into every day. Immediately upon logging in, I find myself running around collecting flowers and herbs when I'd rather be focusing on other tasks. And this problem has led me to completely covering some of my biomes with pathing. So having a little bit of control with the herbs and flowers would be a welcome change. In closing, we all have a lot of love for Disney Dreamlight Valley, but we also understand the game is still in early access. There are many more exciting changes to come, and I love sharing my passion and ideas with the Dreamlight Valley community. I'd like to take a moment to encourage all of you to share your thoughts in the comments below. Or, if you would like to have a more in-depth conversation, I'd like to encourage you to visit our Twitch channel and join our Discord. I stream Disney Dreamlight Valley live Monday through Saturday, and I love chatting about theories, concepts, and the future of Disney Dreamlight Valley. I also really like meeting all the new friends from YouTube. You guys are really cool. Thank Thanks. I'll put the links for my socials in the video description down below. I sincerely hope you've all enjoyed today's video. You can let me know by simply pressing that like button. Be sure to subscribe for more Disney Dreamlight Valley and gaming content. And with that, thank you so much for your time today, and good luck decorating your valley.